One, first I want to say all praise and glory be unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rahak Wadash, the bunch of the elder apostles, the great millstone, rule well, and who have taught us knowledge. Salutations to you fellow laborers doing work week in and week out. Shalom to the few I walk that believe as well. This is a Jake by the name of Paulo Banquero, and his father is of Italian descent. You know, and this is proof that the Lord's heritage is as a speckled bird, as is written in Jeremiah the 12th chapter, which I'm going to get. But this is proof that this guy right here, Paulo, he's one of those confusion of face looking Israelites that he's if you see his dad, you would think he's an Edomite, but his dad go back to that that Southern Italian lineage. All right, just like Cornelius, he was of the Italian band. This guy right here, Paulo, his father go back to that Italian bloodline from the South. All right, so I'm gonna play a snippet of this video. Just a quick video, just proving that all Israelites ain't gonna look like your typical looking Israelites, okay? Which is typical so-called Negro, typical so-called Hispanic or Latino, or typical looking so-called Native American or indigenous, okay? We all come in many different colors or shades of brown, and even an Israelite can look like an Edomite, okay? So this is Paula right here. Never play. I don't know why it's not playing, Salaki.
It was just something totally different. Like, I mean, it was like you was a celebrity. They treated you like you was like royalty there if you were on the basketball team. Being in my position, being like the highly touted player and, the one who everybody knows, it was just kind of elevated even more. It took a lot of getting used to, but it helped me just prepare for coming into the NBA. Did people ever stare at you in class? Like you walk into class and it was just like weird? Bro, it was almost like they treat you like, and I love Duke by far, but it was like sometimes it feel like you was like a zoo animal or something, bro. Like, no, I know how you feel, bro. They would on God in class, like you see them over there like whispering about you, like staring at you. Know they're talking about you. I done caught people trying to record me. It's just more of like you can just come up and say what's up. Yeah, like, I'm a personable person. I would tell people that like I caught more than a few people trying to like sneak record me, and I would just be like, yo, like just come say what's up, bro. Like, what's your name? Like, you ain't gotta try and catch me on camera. Right. Like, you don't gotta do all that, bro. Like, come in it.
And you can tell that's the spirit of Israelite in him. This is his father and his mother. All right, this is his father and mother. Okay. And then you look at his dad. You look at his dad, right? Let's go to a better picture. This is his dad and his mom. Okay. Now, this is him as a baby. This is his mom and his dad. Now his dad, one might look at him and say, "Oh, he's an Edomite." He even has the light eyes. I think they blue. All right, but you see Paulo, that's the spirit of a Jake in him. All right. This is Jeremiah 12:9. It says, "Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye and assemble, all the beasts of the field come to devour." Now, the point is, when you look at a speckled bird, all right, a speckled bird has several colors. All right. A speckled bird has many colors or several colors, as you can see from any one of these pictures right here, I'm scrolling down a little bit just to show you. Speckled bird have several colors on it, and this is how the house of Israel is. All right, which is, I mean, when I say the house of Israel, I'm talking about the whole nation. They're different shades of brown. All right, even looking like, all right, looking like Edomites, like Paulo's dad. All right, somebody will say, "Oh, he's an Edomite." No, he's not an Edomite, and you see it or you hear it. All right, when you watch him in this interview, you hear that Jake in his voice. He don't sound like no so-called white boy. All right, and you got to think about it. Paulo's not raised in the hood. All right, Paulo's not raised in the hood. He's raised in the suburb. So usually when Jake raised in the suburb, and I know this just from doing my research on him, when Jake raised in the suburbs, they have that so-called white boy accent, and he don't have that. He got that, that relaxed Jake swagger, all that. All right. This is Romans 8:16, and it reads, "The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High." So, hey, the Spirit, all right, of Israelites, all right, is gonna show at all times. All right. The scriptures speak about us being like lively stones, man. All right, and this guy Paulo, excuse me, he's very lively. Okay, very lively. And I watched this guy play high school ball. I watched basketball, highlights, and I watched this guy. He was a big name coming out of high school. Went to one of the biggest basketball universities, which is Duke. Now he's in the NBA, his first year in the NBA. And he was number one overall draft pick. All right. 1 Peter 2:5, it says, ye also as lively stones are built up in spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Which that's true. We are spiritual house, but the thing I want to focus on is us being lively stones. All right, Jake is very lively. All right, we always get together and have a good time. All right, because we're so lively and up spirited. When we have a good time. So when you do your research on Paulo, this dude is very lively. All right, he has every trait that the typical Jake that grew up in the hood. He has all of them traits. All right, and he's not born in the hood. All right, so someone will look at his dad and say, "Oh, he's an Edomite." All right, going by the outward appearance. All right, and they'll not do their research and think because how he looks, oh, he got to be an Edomite. All right, where it go again? Yeah, back to the picture. They would think automatically he's an Edomite, but he's not. All right, his dad is of Italian, Italian descent. See here, show you. All right, his name is Mario Bancaro, Bancaro. Well, Bun means son anyway, but I don't know what his father's name means. But it says Mario Bancaro. It says the 19-year-old Bancaro, whose father Mario is an Italian American. Yep. It says also credits his mother for teaching him to be proud of his black heritage and how to deal with racist challenges that come with it. His father of Italian stock. Okay. Another Jake, just like Paulo, is a famous retired undefeated boxer. One of my favorite boxers, Andre Ward. All right. Andre Ward. Now, Andre Ward, Slacky. Andre Ward Andre Ward. Right, Andre Ward's dad was of Italian ancestry as well. Okay. Andre Ward is his father. Frank Ward. He was of Italian ancestry too. Now you know the history on the Moors. All right. Also known as Moorish or Moreno. You know, they ruled in Europe. All right, and this is their dad right here. This is Andre Ward's father. You see him and his brother. All right, now his dad don't look like a Jake, but you know, if you know his father. All right, which let's see here. Hold on, let me see. Well, it might say it. Let's go to early child life. See what. So I stand corrected. His father of Irish descent. So it says Andre was born in San Francisco, California, the son of Frank Ward, an Irish American. So Shalakia, Andre Ward's father is Irish. He's Irish American. So again, his dad don't look like a typical looking Israelite. That's the point. Okay, that's the point. So this is how you can go off if you don't, look at a person's, spirit or look at his lineage, right? If you don't look at that, you can go off because if you're judging based off the appearance, you can easily overlook that this man is an Israelite. This is Ecclesiastes 11:2. It says, commend not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance. So some camps they'll shun a guy like this, thinking that he's a heathen, when this man is actually of Israel stock. All right, he's of Israelite lineage. All right, so like I said about Paulo, dad being of Italian stock, what you know about the Moors. Well, the Moors' history go all the way up to Ireland as well. Ireland, Scotland. Them names are named by Israelites. All right, the original Anglo-Saxons. All right, during the Dark Ages. Okay, so Andre Ward's father, I believe that his father is from that Israelite stock of the Irish. All right, the Moors that were Irish during the Dark Ages, and also Paulo's father as well. All right, it doesn't take many generations, all right, to white out the blood, if you will. You keep having a son by so-called white women, all right, Edomite women, and your sons, all right, keep on having children by so-called white women, where that blood is going to always be Israelite blood, but the appearance is going to look like another nation, especially if it's Edomite, right? Over time, it'll, that blood will look crazy because why? Your complexion of your son is getting lighter to so-called whiter, okay? Now, we know that from Blake Griffin dad, right? Blake Griffin, his dad and son is a good example. Being a Levite, so-called Haitian, Blake Griffin's father, and seeing that, his son, all right, looks like a straight up Edomite damn near. Okay, let me see if I get a better picture. Looks kind of blurry. All right, so this is Blake Griffin's father. All right, this is Blake Griffin's father. This is his mother. His father is a Levite, and you see how light Blake Griffin came out. Now check out his son. His son looks like a straight up Edomite, man. Let me see, can I get a good picture of him? You know, and this is just father, son, grandson. So that's 3 generations. And his son, okay, let's move this out the way. His son looks like a straight up Edomite damn near. All right. But when you know how lineage is passed, right? Oh, let's go to type in the word lineage. Let me move this. Lineage. It says lineage, line of descent and ancestor, descent, extraction, race, lineage. It says the descendants of one individual. The kinship relation between an individual and the individual's progenitors. So we know a progenitor, right? Pro, gene. So we know what that means. Let me see, progenitor. All right, is a father. Here we go. The word progenitor, pertains to a man. So progenitor, it says an ancestor in the direct line. Another word, it says beget. No. Pro, it says forth, beforehand, in advance. It says gene, give birth. All right, so progenitor. We know that a progenitor is a father. All right, that's what the word simply means, father. When you look up the word progenitor on like Merriam-Webster, it actually say the father. Okay, when you, let me see, matter of fact, let's see, can I pull it up? It'll actually say father. I believe it actually say father on Google. Let's see. Gene. Okay. See, let's go to Google. Oh, Shalaki. Progenitor. All right. So it says progenitors. Here we go. Google. It says a person or thing that which a person, animal, or plant is descendant or originates, an ancestor or parent. And it says similar, ancestor, forefather. All right, so a forefather, it pertains to a man. All right, forefather. All right, not foremother, forefather. All right, and what does the scripture say? Your bloodline go by. It go by the house of your fathers. Let's get that. Numbers 1 and 18. It says Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their posts. So, excuse me, you will declare your pedigree, All right, another word for pedigree is what? Your bloodline. Okay. You type in pedigree. Oh, Slovakia. Pedigree. It'll actually say your bloodline. All right, let's get that. So pedigree, genealogical table or chart. Yeah, that's what your genealogical, I'm sorry, table, you would go by your father. All right, descent. Go down to the definition. Pedigree, the descendants of one individual. So it's the same thing. Lineage, same thing. Line, descent, bloodline, ancestry, origin, parentage, stemma, stock. So there's the word stemma, stock. All right. So same with how you would keep a line pure by watching, as far as when I say keeping the line pure, the bloodline pure, of course, you will watch who the father is, and then if you want it full blood, you will get the mother of the same so-called nationality uh, or race. All right, keep it fully full blooded, but your blood go by your father anyway, so it doesn't really matter who your mom is. All right, I mean, not saying the mom is not important, but she has nothing to do with your genealogical your genealogy. All right, period. All right, you look at the story of Joseph and Mary. The story of Joseph and Mary. All right, it tell you that Joseph was of the lineage of David. Luke 2:4. And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David. So that means he's of the bloodline. His forefathers went back to who? King David. All right. And that's where you track lineage, by your forefathers, your fathers. The line goes through your fathers. If Blake Griffin's son have a son by another so-called white woman, that child gonna look like a straight up Edomite more than Blake Griffin's son. And Blake Griffin's son almost like a straight up Edomite. Show you how lineage, runs. All right, lineage runs through your father, but hey, the complexion, or outward look or outward appearance can look different. Doesn't mean your blood different, because the outward appearance change doesn't mean the blood change. All right, that's foolishness that's spewed out by this world. But when you know the wisdom and understanding of the scriptures, you know how lineage and you know how bloodline is passed. So same to go for the northern tribes of Israel. You got this so-called Latinos and Native Americans. They don't look like the typical looking so-called Hispanic or Native American. Doesn't mean there's not of that ancestry or stock or stemma, bloodline. I see many northern tribes that have children with Edomite women, all right, so-called white women, and other nations' women too. All right, but I know so-called Mexicans, which are the tribe of Issachar. I know some of them that have kids by Edomite women, and they look like a straight up Edomite. All right, and then I work with an individual it's a female. She's Ephraim, but she's like a fucking Edomite by her skin, but she has the curly, thick hair. All right, kinky hair almost. All right. Hosea 7:8, it says, Ephraim, he had mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. So a cake not turned would be like a pancake. So, you know, when you look at Ephraim and even the whole northern tribes, right? The overall complexion, or I'll say most northern tribe Israelites, most of them, well, I say majority of them, you know, they look light brown. All right. I just happen to be myself, you know, a more darker, more solid brown than most, you know. And, you know, me being my father is actual of the pure stock of, if you will, he's pretty much pure stock of so-called Seminoles, so-called black Seminoles, which we're Reuben. All right. So, you know, still, um, my cousins, I got cousins that are light. I got cousins that's dark. All right, and we just come in different shades of brown. All right, but uh, cake not turned. Uh-oh. So it show you cake not turned, which it looks what? Golden brown or light brown. It gives examples. Yeah, that. I never did this as far as searches this way, but it gives you examples. Now this is light brown. All right, so you're gonna have Israelites that look light brown. All right, and this is a complexion of, you know, I say, you know, majority of northern tribe Israelites. All right, hey, it is what it is. All right, that goes back to Jeremiah 12:9. Hey, the Lord's heritage is a speckled bird. All right, and that's just what it is. So you have to be understanding of, you know, that you can't just go by one look or outward appearance and just declare who this person is. All right. Now in reverse, now dig this. You can have Israelites that look like Hamites, and Jacob be more quick to accept them because they're dark. All right. Just knowing that bloodline is passed by your fathers, right? Imagine the children that Esau then had among, you know, hardcore slavery when he was raping a lot of so-called black, so-called Hispanic, and so-called Native American women. If he's having sons with them and they having sons, again with darker women, right? Frederick Douglass is a good example. That person is going to look like a typical looking Israelite, and no one would care about that. No one would say anything. All right, but if if it was the other way around, lighter, then it would be easily accepted. All right, and that's the thing about Jake. Jake think you gotta look like a typical looking, you know, Israelite to be accepted. 1 Corinthians 2 and starting in verse 12, it says, now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of the Most High, which things also we speak not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, right? Because when man's wisdom will teach you foolishness, okay? It says, which things also we speak not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but with which the Holy Spirit teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. Okay, so and you gotta realize this is a spiritual thing, man, that we're involved in. Everything is spiritual. I had to learn that myself. You come out from the world, and you thinking carnally, but this is a spiritual. This is a spiritual book. All right, everything is spiritual. All right, this knowledge that we're given is spiritual. Okay, and that's what it is, man. If you're not spiritual, you can't receive the things of the spirit. All right, it even says that, verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. All right, and if you're not spiritual, you can't spiritually discern things. All right, you just go based off carnal things, which is physical, and that's the wrong way to look at, uh, um, things concerning, a person and who they are, as far as who who they look like, who the lineage could be from. All right, if you don't look at the the history, or know how to discern one's spirit, you'll be totally off. So with that, Lord willing, this video has been edifying. Until next time, I want to say shalom.